Smart Money Barbers, what is good? I'm back with another video. I take my time out to try to get us barbers fucking rich, man. That's honestly my goal. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. My goal is to get somebody to say, "Damn, bro, you opened up my eyes. I didn't really see these things like this. I didn't really understand that money could move like this." And really, I don't need to be making. I call this channel Smart Money Barbers, but I couldn't be teaching anyone this. This could be for the nail lady, the hair lady, our mom, our dad. This could be anybody. But I did barbers because, personally, the biased. I'm a barber, right? I was cutting hair for a very long time, and I still consider myself a barber, even though I don't cut hair, because I got the skill. Any day of the week, I can go out there anywhere, pick up the clippers, and give somebody a fresh fade, right? But the thing is, I don't really need to do that anymore. I'm starting this new world, or not new world, but I'm starting this new gig for myself, which is try to get you guys to see what I see through these markets. This is the easiest time in our life, I think, my opinion, to get rich. But I don't want, hold on, I don't want to try to sound like a fucking guru, like, oh, to get rich and to get wealthy and to amplify. I'm not gonna say that. Let me rephrase the words. This is one of the best times in our life for us to dramatically increase our wealth where we currently are in life. That's what happened to me recently. I just happened to listen to someone who was always coming to my chair, always talking to me about stocks and investing and crypto and all this stuff. And I wasn't really about that life at the time. I was just like, I don't know. Yeah, I might buy. Oh, did you end up buying? He would tell me that. I'm like, nah, I didn't really buy. Yeah, I downloaded Robinhood. But long story short, after a few years, I ended up buying Robinhood. I'm sorry, I ended up downloading the Robinhoods of the world, bought some stocks, bought some crypto. And before you know it, I'm just telling you a really long story short, I made the most amount of money that I ever made, ever in my life. Parents are immigrants, Latin America. I'm first generation Latino here in the United States. And, I wasn't really used to understanding how money works, how the purchasing power of the dollar is going down. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this chart, and as the purchasing power of the dollar goes down, these assets go up. And I'm just like, damn, well, what do I do? Like, I make money cutting hair. We make money cutting hair, bro. Like, there's no rules in the books telling us we can't buy this right now. And that's what was happening with me. When I first bought it, I was like, this is weird. I don't know what to do. I was messing around with Robinhood. And, some of you guys already know about this, but I'm trying to kind of like teach the ones that really don't know about purchasing stocks or purchasing crypto, like how it was for me. I'm cutting hair, and I'm making a little bit of money. I'm making like just enough to get by, really. I was living with my parents. I was making just enough to get by. And it's really when my girl and I, we try to get a home, that my life changed. And that's what I'm talking. That's the whole point of my channel, man. If anyone gets anything from this channel, from these videos, it's really in hopes. My goal is for you to understand how money works, and how even just being a barber, just with your small income, you can, again, dramatically increase your wealth where you're at. It's just about the mindset, stuff like that. So anyways, here I'm going to give you guys an example. Just going to give you guys another example. In this video, stacking assets, I'm going to give you one small example, and I'm going to do math here. The math that I didn't understand on, how you can dramatically increase your wealth in a kind of a short period of time, So I'm going to use this chart here. And if you don't understand charts, then let me try to get you to understand charts. So let's look at this crypto. This crypto is called ADA, right? The one that I make the most money off in my entire life was XRP. Actually, let me go to XRP real quick. Why not start with XRP? So got all these damn lines and shit. Hold on a second. Let me do this one right here. And by the way, I didn't know how to do any of this. I ended up getting good at or understanding stocks a little more. So eventually I was like, man, I need a place to, look at the stocks better, because I was looking at it through my phone and all that. But once you take it serious, because I took it a little serious, I put a little bit of more money than usual. Then I was like, all right, let me try this out. I'm gonna put a little bit more in there, see how this goes. You know what I'm saying? And it actually, the more money you put in, you know, the more you can make. If you only put $10, $20 in, you're not gonna care for any of what I'm talking about here, because you might just see your $10 flip up to $20, and you're gonna be like, yeah, I didn't make money. But the mentor guy that I had, he was like, bro, you trying to really change your life or what? You know, and I was like, but I don't know where to get money. Where do I get money from? I don't have that much money. And that's the whole epitome of what I'm trying to get you guys to understand on why, if you go to my past videos, you hear me talking about taxes and stuff like that, because there's so many different creative ways for you to increase the amount of money you have, that you can use, capital that you can use in order to invest. And honestly, all it takes is one good trade, and you could change your whole fucking year, your whole 2 years, 3 years. You could change 3 years of your life where you're like, man, I'm chilling right now. I'm really not, I don't need to go stand behind a chair and cut hair all the time. You know, for me, that's what happened. I made one good trade. I started messing around with this with small money, and then I was like, yeah, this is not serious, whatever. And then he kind of sat me down, and then eventually I got to the messing around with it with a little more money, just a little bit more. Not like I'm again, I ain't no guru. I'm not in the multi-millions, you know what I'm saying? I'm not there yet, but I know the barber life. I know that haircut to haircut, chair to chair, answering people's phone, having to be there, you know. I know that life. And having just a little bit of cushion for you to be like, man, I don't need to be there, or I can charge way more, you know. It's a thing that we all seek. So let me look at this chart. Let me talk to you guys about this chart real quick. So I happen to purchase this currency. It's called XRP at a lower price. So as you can see, when I'm scrolling down here, let me try to get my screen out of the way. Hold on. Maybe I can make myself a little smaller. Maybe I can put myself like right here. I'm gonna try this out. Hopefully it doesn't look crazy to you guys. All right. So when I scroll down here, as I go left to right, if you can see that cursor moving, you can see the date. You see the date down there? So I was purchasing this XRP thing. And then when you go to the right, up and down on the y-axis, x-axis, I don't know what that is, to the right, you see that price movement to the right. You know, that's the price, and the bottom is the date. So you see it's at around the cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, all this right here, all this. And it was here for a long time. Hold on, let me move myself just a little bit more, like right here. So it was here for a long time. I say long time because look, this is 2022. I didn't learn about crypto. I want to say around like it was in 2020s when I learned about crypto. I wish I knew about XR. Like I started seeing people who were buying, right? But I bought when it was like around right here. I saw all this happen. People made money. People made money. I didn't understand why. Oh, you're a crypto trader? What? I wasn't getting it. And eventually I was like, man, let me take this serious. My guy's telling me put a little more money, because eventually it's gonna go up, right? It's gonna shoot up, which it eventually did right here. It eventually ended up shooting up. And I'm gonna finally get to the main point of what I'm trying to say right here. Let me see. Okay, it shot up. Why is it not staying still though? Hold on, guys. Sorry. As you can see, I'm still new to this. Like, I'm not even like a pro at this. You know what I'm saying? I just had to listen to him. Okay, bam, here it is. So what I did here is this box is telling us some important numbers, but the most important number that I want you to look at from this box is the percentage right here. So if I were to stop right here, look, 270%. You see that number? I'm gonna tell you why that's important. I started this, I hope you can see my clicker from the bottom right here, 50 cents, this 50 cent range. Let's just take the average, 50 cents. That's where I was buying a lot. I was taking credit card money. I was borrowing credit cards, by the way, creative ways. I was borrowing credit cards from banks. You know, once you legitimize yourself, once you make yourself like, and I'm over here like whispering, you know, because it almost doesn't feel real. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I did something illegal, but you didn't. You legitimize yourself. You establish yourself as a business. Your hands, your wrists, these are a business. The tools, everything from here, it's a business. You walking, doing, eating, almost everything becomes a business expense. So you can borrow money from a bank. They say, oh man, you're making money here, put it in my bank. Yeah. Can I borrow a credit card from you? Yeah. You get their credit card or two or three, and you literally swipe for everything that you do. As far as, not everything, this is not financial advice, by the way. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing with you guys my story, how I did everything. I was swiping for gas because I had to drive to the barbershop anyways. I was swiping for food because I had to eat anyways. I was swiping for my equipment, my tools, and all this stuff. And since I was cutting hair every day, mostly this card was being used. I was swiping and swiping and swiping it. So what was happening? The money that I was making from barbering, obviously I had to pay bills and do stuff like that, whatever. I got kids too, but more of it was staying because I was leveraging their money. I was using their money to buy certain things that I could now have the gas money and stuff that I would have normally spent from my money. I was putting that on credit card, low interest rate credit card, by the way, or no interest rate for a whole year. That's the whole point. You have to try to do this for a whole. You have to try to make a plan. That's what I did. So I borrowed a lot of that money, and now I had more money from here. That's number one. And then number two, the second creative place that I got money from was from taxes. This is a whole nother story. Again, not financial advice. This is not advice. I'm just sharing with you guys my story. So I borrowed the money that I owed to pay taxes. I was like, hold on. Let me borrow this money real quick. Man. I'll give it right back to y'all. And you want to put me on a payment plan or something? That's fine. I'll put me on a payment plan. I'm gonna give you this money right back. So now I had the extra money from the credit cards and stuff that I told you guys. Now I had the money that I owed. I had to pay them, but I was like, hold on. So now I had a nice little pile of cash, Let's just say that pile was 5K or 10K. Let's call it 10K, right? Taxes, right? I had a little 10K that I was like, oh man, I could go flip this real quick. And pay everyone that I need to pay the credit cards and pay, everyone that I owe taxes, whatever. Back to these charts real quick. So from 50 cent range right here, if you would have purchased, let's just say you would have purchased this thing at 50 cents, and we could do this with any chart. 50 cent range. This did a price increase. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Oh, I needed to start down here. I'm still new to this, guys. See, I'm not a crypto trader. I'm just an investor. I'm a barber and an investor. I'm a person that cuts hair and I invest. That's it. People ask me, oh, hey, how you doing, man? What do you do for a living? I cut hair and I invest. So from down here all the way to where it went up, I'm not even gonna hit the little wicks up there. I'm just gonna do the filled in bars. Right there, 496%, right? 496%. Watch this. I hope you guys are still with me. I hope you are, because this is just, man, come on. Sorry, guys. Calculator. I'm still learning this. All right, calculator. Bam. Here it is. Now you can't see me. Who cares? Here I am. So, what did that number say? 496%, right? Where is it? Right here somewhere. Yeah. 496%. Let's say you put $10,000 in, right? What is $10,000 plus 496% equals? You see the number. What is that after taxes? You got to pay taxes, whatever. Depending on where you're at, everyone has different taxes, whatever. Point is, there's ways to make money outside of just cutting hair. You can invest. Let's do another one. ADA. Now, the reason why I think ADA is special right now, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I am just a person who realized that the guy that's sitting on my chair telling me, hey, man, you should invest some of your money. He was right. And I wish I would have done it earlier. I wish I would have bought ADA like somewhere down here or somewhere down here. Because look at this small move that happened right here, right? Look at this tiny move. And we're, by the way, in what's called a bull market right now. So This bear market territory, it finished, whatever. Even people that had their money right here just sitting, whatever. Look at this small move right here. Look at this. Let's see the price increase on this baby move right here. Sorry guys, technical difficulties, whatever. I'm new to this, but you guys are patient. All right, small move. I can't see it. 179%. That little move from 25 cents all the way up to somewhere around 60 some cents, 179%. Now let's bring out the calculator one more time. 179%. 179. Now watch this. Let's say you have those $10,000 again, right? That you happen to have, just tucked to the side. You're chilling, you're cutting hair, and you have money on tucked to the side. Honestly, really, it's just losing value. It's not doing anything. It's just going down in value. Your money that you're saving, that's what was happening to me. But anyways, we're trying to go quick here because you guys got things to do. This is the last one I'm gonna do. That was what did I say? 179%. 179% that little tiny movement. I didn't even do the big movement that you see right there that you guys are seeing to the right. Watch this one. 179%. Let's say you had that same 10K. 10,000 plus 179% equals. Come on, bruh. Come on, man. Come on. And I see why the guy was telling me, man, you got to start investing. You're standing behind that chair. You're cutting hair. Cool. You're making money, though. What are you doing buying on new shoes? What are you doing buying that clothes? What are you doing buying that stuff that doesn't matter? You can invest your money right now. Flip that money. Right now is a great time to make money because crypto is new. Crypto is just is doing percentages that we never seen before. Really, not never, but we have access to this. You guys have access to this. You can whip out your phone. You can download Robinhood. You can download Coinbase. You can download any of these things, and you can make a move. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that, as you can see, who's speaking passionately. I'm just a guy who was chilling. No one ever really taught me these things. No one. I don't have anyone around me that was saying, hey man, do this with your money, do this. I wasn't used to people with money around me. And for that reason, that's why I didn't really understand it at first. But now that I do, I'm just like, yo, everybody. That's why I called it Smart Money Barbers, because I'm just like, yo, I know I could scream this out to everyone in the world, but because I was barbering, man, I was barbering and I slowed down. I don't really need to barber like that every day. I talked to all my clients. I gave them the 6 months heads up. I said, hey man, they don't know why. They didn't know why. If they're watching this, they do. But I slowed down. I was cutting hair in Miami, one of the hottest cities in the world. And I tapped into these markets, thank God to my friend. And now I'm just here trying to teach you guys this. I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose to teach you this, but everything to gain, because I hope somebody reaches out and like, hey, bro, you really helped me out. You really expanded my mind, helped me understand that the purchasing power of our dollar is going down. It doesn't matter if you charge more for a haircut. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter because they're printing so much more dollars. Now I'm getting so far deeper into it, and I'm not trying to, but the US is it's just not the same place, man. So the best thing we could do, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just somebody who read a lot of books, studied finance, because I did it so wrong in the beginning. Go watch some of my older videos that I just made, and I talked about it all. I made all the mistakes you can make as a first time, really person with a job, person with a independent, you're an independent contractor, you barbers. That's why I'm mainly making it for you guys, because a lot of us don't understand that we don't have a W-2 job. We don't have a 401k style job. We don't have that. We don't. So get right before you get left. Hit the subscribe button so that you can continue consuming this content that is going to help you get rich. That is all for me right now, guys. I hope you guys are having a nice day. For now, I am out.